Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by luneinnate, and what I'm creating for you today could simply be a way for you to relax, chill out, hopefully get some comfortable ASMR auditory and visual triggers. This could be a method for you to communicate with your subconscious mind, and it could also be a by proxy remote energy work session for you, however you choose to tune in. This is another edition in the chakra themed series that I have going on, and we're moving now to the lower chakras. We're in the solar plexus at this time. Sometimes people ask me, do I choose my lights in accordance? Yes. Yes, I do. So a hyper energized solar plexus, maybe a little backup intro here, is that we are all interpreting things in our unique way. We're all trying to use words to the best of our ability here. So from my practice, from my experience, I have only ever encountered the chakras as balanced, harmonized, working on behalf of what your soul is ultimately here to experience, or hyper energized or under energized. And it's not to say necessarily that hyper or under is a bad thing. It's just that, it can throw us off. So for the solar plexus, when it is hyper energized, a lot of times what you will find in the experience, in the individual's experience, is a lot of doing, like a hamster on a wheel, but not so much doing on behalf of what your soul might be asking for, or on behalf of your heart, right? Or on behalf of your passions. Another thing that we see very often is an extreme need for independence, no, thank you. I'll do it myself. So there can be a whole bunch of other things, but these are the primary indicators for me, or validations for me, when someone does have a hyperactive solar plexus, right? And what can happen too is that need for independence pushes people away, or we take on so much, and really we should be delegating here, we should be bringing some people on, or whatever the case may be, but we're being such a control freak that we're taking it all on ourselves, and it's not even benefiting anything at this point. It's more of I don't want to say an ego issue, but it kind of can be, or just that need to control, when really, is that serving you at this time? When it comes to the hamster on the wheel analogy here, it's kind of like you'll see typically a very full to-do list, but very little, very seldom is meditating, drink my water, take a walk, pet my dog, self-reflect. Very often these things that are important for your personal well-being are not on your to-do list. And also the to-do list is typically just a bunch of errands. And okay, we all have errands every day, for sure. We have stuff we have to do, absolutely. But what can you identify on that list, let's say, that is on behalf of your soul? I want to research how to operate my own business, or I'm going to research this trip that I want to take, or I'm going to reach out to a friend because they've been in my mind and I need to make sure that I reach out to them because that is my sign, that is my impulse. The solar plexus deals very much with your actions, taking a step in some sense, and of course that can be research, and rest can be a step. Rest is an action in a sense of as well, of course. This is an area that can be representative of the ego, and we could say that about other areas as well, but the ego is in how I see myself navigating, how I see myself creating, how I see myself doing, achieving, succeeding. And in a hyper energized state, kind of falling back to what we just talked about with that need to control everything, or that hyper independence, it's kind of not really tuning into the humility of it all, that we all have come into this experience with different skill sets or different things, that are our specialties or whatever. And we're meant to come together, we're meant to help each other, especially, maybe not every single time. Sometimes it's nice to do things on your own, but that there's a collaborative efforts here, and kind of the humbleness that comes with that, right? So what we can also see sometimes, just one more thing, is a bit of fear or the need to control, the need to do, keep yourself so busy, because there's a fear that, I know I can get my to-do list done, but can I fulfill my heart's desire? I know I can make sure that I get all these boxes checked off, but can I, work on behalf and follow my heart and be led in this divine way? It's kind of paradoxical here, of course, but it's easier sometimes for us to focus on things that fit in a box or that we can control or whatever the case may be, and not kind of tune into the fact that, there are other people here that can be supporting us. There are other ideas, there are other ways to do things. You are unlimited. You release some of this extreme, I know who I am, and be like, hey, I'm ever evolving. I wonder what I'll be tomorrow. And I don't mean that in a silly, it sounds a little silly, but I'm ever evolving. I'm flexible. I'm malleable. It's okay that I have, this sort of personality for my luneinnate videos. And when I'm having a laugh with my friends, I'm a much different, maybe not a different person, but a very different side of me comes out, knowing that you're flexible and that you have all of these facets, right? So I hope that this resonates with you. If any of these themes are something that you're working with now or experiencing now, or that you've ever experienced in your life, these hopefully will serve you. It's my intention to serve here. So let's start with our candle. Just to set our intention. Festive hollyberry incense matches. We're going to light our candle on behalf of the highest and greatest good and perfect comfort, perfect alignment. Alright, our intention today is, of course, always harmony, balance, temperance, whatever is right for you, your overall empowerment, your overall well-being. And we'd like to set a more defined intention here to temper the energy of the solar plexus, the energy of feeling so busy, so extremely busy, so full, but also to bring that back down and redirect it to areas that are very heart-based, very meaningful to you. We have stuff we have to get done in the day that we don't really want to do necessarily, right? Or, the mundane. I don't mean to say that that isn't worthy of our time. Of course it is. But to make sure that our lists include that which has things that feed our soul. Having some time to doodle, having some time to plan something, having some time to daydream or to practice or to connect or to volunteer or whatever the case may be for you specifically. To call a friend. I'm being a little bit limited here. Please don't feel limited by my words. And just set your own intention to direct this abundant energy of your solar plexus, this area that is constantly sending energy out and receiving as well. This highly intense area within the physical form, within the energetic form. How you see yourself, how you allow, invite. Yes, I will take some help. Yes, you can take care of this for me. Yes, I would like some of my time back so I can redirect that to some things that I have that are more of a heart-based project. They are a feeding of my soul experience, in my labor of love, so to speak. To know how multifaceted you are, how flexible, how generous, how everything you can be and you are already within you. And just let call to the surface in your ego, in your expression, in your avatar, in your actions, that which is meaningful to you, that which is in alignment with your soul experience. Okay? right off the bat, oops, wrong button. Right off the bat, we're going to use some cooling mist. This is so lovely. It is the cucumber, mint, and fireweed hydrosol from Deshampsia. So lovely. I'm going to start by spraying your back. This cooling mist. So nice. I'm just going to cover your eyes. Just going to channel through a little bit of tempering, a little bit of calming, a little bit of hushing. Just sending it into your energy body, your etheric body. Bring your awareness to how busy you've been, how much you've been filling your day with things to do and check off. And just reflect, has this been something that I'm dealing with now? Can I recall a time when I was dealing with this? Focus on that hyper-independence, potentially, if that's what's coming up for you. Why is it so hard to delegate or to let something go, to hire someone, to take on some help, to get some advice? Or just bringing awareness, channeling in a coolness, a calming, a soothing, to just let it out. Right? I have 2 stones to work with you. The first is a violet flame agate. I typically work with the color family, so yellow for solar plexus or golden, and then the opposite color when I'm trying to cool it down a little bit. So this is a nice soft lavender color. And we're going to sweep that through the auric field, the etheric bodies. Just harmonizing, neutralizing a little. And I don't mean that in an apathetic sense, just neutralizing a bit. Just gonna go to your back now. Focusing on your shoulders. Let's just lighten this load, lighten this burden, this heavy to-do list, just for today, just for this moment. All the way down the back, all the way to the floor. movement, calming, soothing. Like when the pot's boiling over, just and lower the temp. Right. This is a piece of aventurine. No, what do you call this? Aventurine. Imagery. There we go. It's a beautiful purple, and inside it has a little bit of citrine. Can't really see in this light, so you'll just have to trust. But we're going to be moving between the solar plexus and the sacral at first, just to make sure that that's harmonized. It's just an area that's often when one is up, the other is down kind of thing. So we're just going to make sure that we have this clear channel, this easy flowing, moving channel from solar plexus to sacral, just to make sure that there's harmony here. Just moving through. Right. Now from solar plexus to throat. And now solar plexus to crown. Remembering to bring your, how can we call this? Your connection to the fact that, like, we are all connected and you're unique, but you're not, and just like being okay with that. There's no one like you, but we are all like you. And just a little humility, appreciation for that. Not to say that you are not humble nor appreciative, but just sort of focusing on those channels. Going to focus on the receptive channels as well. So you're able to receive support, help, ideas, whatever you might need. You don't have to go it alone. You don't have to be the creator, writer, director, actor, editor. You don't have to do that. There's support here for you in seen and unseen ways. Right, and I'm going to just focus on your dominant channel, focusing with the intention to redirect some of the energy you're putting out back to yourself, back to what fuels your heart, what sparks your soul, what you feel called to create, to experience. It's not about money, it's not about getting it done in this achievement sort of way, or material way. It's just about the experience. It's about the lessons along the way. It's about going somewhere. Because it brightens you and your soul and your outlook on all of this. So we just want to redirect. Right. I'm just going to focus into the third eye just to be supportive and balancing here. just to help you envision a little more of what your heart is asking for, to give you that time to meditate, to daydream, to work towards just something you enjoy, whether it's your garden, your family, your kids, your pets, your friendships. Working between pituitary and pineal glands. Balance in these spaces. Okay, just gonna channel through with the intention for you to receive, if you are open to it, whatever would be most supportive for you at this time in relation to your solar plexus, solar plexi, or personal energy field sending out. You know what you focus on grows. You know what you put effort into expands and refines and develops. So please make sure in your day to day you're including things that speak to and feed your soul, your purpose, your desires. Your mission, your becoming, your unfolding, your understanding. The aura around you, just to make it thick and fluffy and comfy for you to process the session in. Maybe you want to go out and take some pictures. Maybe you want to take a class. Maybe you want to read more. Maybe you want to ride your bike. Right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our little session today, and just want to thank you so very much for allowing me to share a little piece of your path and for being such a significant part of mine. From the bottom of my heart, I bow to the divine within you and I, and to this very interesting connection that we share. So much love to you, and namaste.